6 wins in a row, 8-2. Best record in the East, second best record in the NBA. We'll react to the Pistons' big win over the 76ers in just a moment. Welcome back to the Pistons Jack YouTube channel. Today's episode, we are reacting to the Pistons' huge road win over the Philadelphia 76ers, 111-108. Like I said, 8-2, 6 wins in a row. Top of the East. A top 5 defense. Second best record in the NBA. Let that sink in. We are 10 games into the season. The Pistons have not had an 8-2 record through 10 games since 2005. A year they made the NBA Finals. 1 year after they won an NBA championship. This isn't just a fun start. This isn't just an easy schedule. This team is legit. And everyone who watches this, for the most part, understands that. But what we are seeing right now is this team putting everything together. This young core, all the close losses they had in that 28-game losing streak year, all the blowout losses they had, all the times they couldn't close it out, all the times that Cade had turnover issues at the wrong time, couldn't hit the shot when we needed it. It's coming together. And tonight, I have to start with Cade, but it was an absolute team win. Absolute team win. Like I said, final score, as you can see, 111-108. And this was a game Philly led by 10 points at multiple points in the second quarter and the third quarter. This was a game that Cade Cunningham had 2 points to halftime and 6 assists and looked completely out of sync. And for them to come back, stay resilient without Isaiah Stewart, without Tobias Harris, with a partially injured Ausar Thompson who thankfully returned to the game after what looked like a bit of a scary sprained ankle. They don't even have Jaden Ivey or Marcus Sasser. Just a gutsy win against a Philly team that's been more of that fun, good team. I think they'll be now 6-4, 6-3 on the season. To beat them on the road, undermanned, without your best defensive player, I think, like, if you don't buy into this team being a real threat in the East and being like a real team that can go to the Eastern Conference Finals, I'm not going to say finals yet. I need to see them, beat the Cavs, handle them a bit better. And obviously we need to see them against some other Western teams, even though they have beaten the Rockets in Houston. Like, if you don't think this is a second round playoff team at minimum, then I don't know what to tell you. Like I said, they have a top 5 defense and their offense is in the middle of the league. They have a top 8 net rating. We have a superstar, and like he has emerged. Yes, his first halves this season, I think, Special K said on the broadcast, Cade's averaging like 8 points in the first half and like 17 in the second half. And once again tonight, he scores 24 in the second half, 17 points in the third quarter. Just a monster poster dunk on Andre Drummond, which I'm sure you've all seen everywhere. In the clutch, by the way, huge M1, the Sixers were triple teaming him. They'd send 2 at the ball, try and blitz him out of the pick and roll. And at one point, he had 3 players on him at the top of the key in the clutch. Finds Jalen Duren at the free throw line, and JD storms in for a big M1 opportunity with a left-handed layup. Like, those two tonight, once again, combined for 47 points, 20 rebounds, 12 assists, 4 steals, 2 blocks. Like, those two right now are the best big man and guard duo in the NBA. I don't know where I'm going to put them in terms of duos overall in the NBA. I think it's a bit early for that. Like, as good as JD's been, we need to see it for longer. But Cade right now, Tom and I were talking about it on Pistons Worldwide on Saturday or Friday night. Cade was a honorable mention in the NBA MVP ladder end of last week when the Pistons were 6-2. An honorable mention outside the top 10 apparently. If he is not in that top 6, 7, 5 by the end of this week, people just aren't watching. They just aren't watching. But like I said, Cade just closed the deal tonight. I think he was 1 of 9 in the first half, finishes this game 9 of 20 from the field, 11 assists, 26 points, had 5 turnovers. Like, it wasn't like, he's played better games this season, but like, to come through in that third quarter when the Pistons really needed it, and then to just stabilize everything in the fourth was huge. So just like, not the perfect game from Cade, but he did what superstars do, closed the deal, came through when his teammates needed it, made the right plays. And yeah, that dunk, like, seriously, that's... Oh, I was in shock. I didn't expect for him to go up like that and then to just poster on my boy Andre. It kind of just signaled like an official passing of the torch from the Pistons' last franchise player to their new franchise player who's going to take him to the promised land. I'm not trying to disrespect Blake, but Blake was really only that guy for a year and a half, as much as I loved him. I think Andre, the years he was in Detroit, he was meant to be a true franchise player, and I love Andre, but I think there was something symbolic in that, and for him to lead his team to victory was amazing. Jalen Duren, as I mentioned, 21 points, 16 boards, 2 blocks, 2 steals, 5 of 7 from the line, 8 of 11. Like, this guy, he was locked in defensively tonight. Now, Andre, the Pistons were getting killed a little bit, I thought, on the perimeter early, if it wasn't Ausar guarding the ball. Duncan obviously gets targeted, and I thought that was pulling JD up to defend Maxey or whoever's driving and opening up, dump off opportunities for Andre. JD got into it with Ausar a little bit, and we saw that. There was nothing serious. They dapped up after it, and they're fine. But I thought his defense was solid tonight. But just offensively, I just want to continue to reiterate, this guy is just like an automatic 2 points, like every time he's in the paint. And I'm loving the way he's rolling to the rim. He's finishing, like I said, had a huge and one with the left hand. I can't say enough about how good he's been. Like, he's been the Pistons' second best player. I think Cade has clearly been the best player, but then it's JD, and he's just been incredible. And like, he's going to get paid. He deserves to get paid. It can't happen, I don't believe, until the off season. But yeah, if there was any questions about him being here long term, like, you can't. This guy's incredible. Just, he's got things to improve upon for sure. But even I was a bit of like a skeptic early last season, but yeah, well and truly quieted any of that noise, and he's just going to get better and better. Still only 21 years old. The next player I want to go to is Karis LeVert. Best game as a Piston. Had 14 points, 3 assists, 1 turnover, 4 or 5 from 3. Hit 4 huge threes in the first half. Every single one was monumental to keeping the Pistons in the game, especially the last 2. He hit 2 to close the second half, I want to say, when Philly got out to like 13 points. He got it back to 10. Then they got it to 12. He got it back to 9. I think Philly only had like a double-digit lead at halftime, I want to say. I might be wrong, but every 3 he hit, yeah, they had a 10-point lead at halftime, and it would have been like 15 plus if he didn't hit these couple of threes. They were just really timely buckets. Had 2 awesome defensive possessions on Tyrese Maxey and VJ Edgecombe in the third, I want to say. And look, he had 1 pull-up 3. I was like, oh, Karis, but he was feeling it. It was his 5th attempt of the night. And he did have 1 turnover, but just crucial buckets from him tonight. If he can string more games like that together, it doesn't have to be going 4 or 5 from deep, but just making those timely buckets when Cade's off the floor, that's all we need. And just bring it defensively. And he looked his best tonight, played 21 minutes. I have to talk about Ausar Thompson. Just incredible. I'm going to look at the matchup statistics with him on Maxey, but it felt like Tyrese Maxey could not get a bucket on Ausar. Ausar, like, he did look like he rolled his ankle in the second quarter, I want to say. And I honestly thought it was similar to Stu's a little bit, where he wasn't coming down from a landing. It was just while running. But he did come back, so it was amazing. I wouldn't be surprised if they rest him tomorrow against the Wizards, because we have to remember Tobias Harris rolled his ankle against the Mavs, played the second half, then he's been out since. So I don't think we're fully clear and he's 100% good, but even if he misses next game, I think he'll be fine. They might just rest him on a back-to-back, but had 14 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals. This guy, when Pistons were down 99-101, the 76ers were on a bit of a run after the Pistons got out by like 5. I think they were down 99-100, and Ausar Thompson mid-range, kind of like free throw line extended a little bit, mid-post extended, just knocks it down a huge mid-range jumper, huge, to give the Pistons back the lead and just keep the momentum at bay and even for each team. Just incredible defense from him tonight. Like, really solid game. Really, really good Ausar Thompson game. Started the game really hot. Maybe that ankle bothered him a little bit. Was very unlucky to not get a couple of attempts at free throws after being fouled, but really good game from him. And then Ron Holland. Well, Ron shot 3 of 15. Wow. I did not know he took 15 shots. Hit 2 threes, which were like kind of timely. One in the first quarter, one in the third quarter. But he hit a massive mid-range pull-up in the last few minutes to give the Pistons, I think, a 3-point lead. So look, probably not his best game, but I liked him defensively on Maxey and Edgecombe. I felt like the 9-to-5 duo, especially in the first half, having them defensively, having Ron start and having those two be able to switch defensively. Like, obviously Philly were hunting Duncan Robinson, but normally it's Duncan, Tobias, and Ausar, and you try and get one of those two. Well, without Tobias out there, that leaves one less guy for the defense to try and switch onto. And I thought, in particular, down the stretch, just having Ausar and Ron, and then Duncan fouled out, so having Javonte Green on there. Yes, the shooting's not great, but those three can all switch, and I thought they did a great job on keeping Maxey out of the paint, Edgecombe out of the paint, and Maxey got going from 3 and scored in this game, but I never felt like he was kind of attacking downhill like you would expect from him, just on repeat. Like, you could tell the Pistons' perimeter defense, especially when they had those 3 on, really held up well, and I think Ron was a part of that. 3 of 15, not ideal, but I thought he was sound. And then, Javonte Green, like, what a signing he's been. He had a tech that was questionable, like, at a bad time in the game, but hit a huge corner 3. I just really like what he brings defensively. Like I said, when you've got him, Ausar, and Ron out there, they can hunt switches all they want, but you feel good about any of those guys defending either smaller guards with a bit of pace or sort of bigger wings that are around 6'7" or less. So I thought he was solid. And then Paul Reed, big ball Paul, 4 points, 10 minutes, 5 rebounds, had just a ridiculous reverse dunk to end the third, I think, and give the Pistons the lead. Took a questionable 3. There was a few shots, some shot selection in this game from certain Pistons who I was just like, I'm not sure about that. Like, that one of them was with Ron's, B-ball Paul's 3. Ron took a couple where I like the process, like where he's getting downhill and took a floater at one point. But sometimes just the awareness of the game situation. But honestly, guys, just an amazing team effort. Like, there's things we can talk about, maybe a couple of negatives. Duncan Robinson as well, fouled out, did get hunted defensively, but hit some timely shots. Like, scored 17 points, which I think when he scored his 17th point, he was the highest scorer on the team in the third. 4 and 9 from deep, 3 steals. You can't ask much more from him, and I thought he was good. And I think when he did foul out, I was a bit like, shooting. But to be honest, considering they have Maxey, Edgecombe, even Kelly Oubre, some of those guys who can get downhill, I honestly didn't mind them being able to bring in Javonte and just ramp it up defensively. So, awesome game, guys. Like I said, 8-2. 8-2. First time since 2005 that they are sitting at this point of the season with that record. Like, get excited. Get excited. I know there's some better teams they got to beat, but, man, this team's only going to get healthier, and this is just so much fun. I'm having so much fun just as a fan watching this. I hope you all are as well. Drop below comments. Who stood out to you? If I missed anything, I probably have, but just a really fun game, guys. Really fun game. We'll be back tomorrow with another video following the Wizards game. But until then, as always, go Pistons!